Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to learn how to recite Surah Al Qariah with Tajweed. So let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. القارعة القارعة. So the first letter is an alif. And above the alif, you have this sign. That sign is called Hamzatul Wasl. So, when you have a word that starts with this type of alif, and you are starting your part or your verse with alif Hamzatul Wasl, you have to pronounce it. Now, how do we pronounce this alif? It is all about the next letter. The next letter is a lam. Above the lam, you have a sukun. So the alif hamzatul wasl has to be pronounced with a fatha. L, L, al-qari'ah. The qaf here with the fatha is followed by an alif. This alif is there to elongate the fatha and we have to do so for 2 counts. Al-qari'ah, al-qari'ah. The last letter of the verse is التمربوطة. When you stop on a tamarbuta, it has to be changed into a ha or a h in English if you prefer, and it has to be a very soft ha. Okay, not a ha, a ha, soft one. القارعة القارعة ما القارعة ما القارعة. Ma here is followed by an alif. So normally we would elongate the ma here. However, we have an alif hamzatul wasl, but it is located in between here, in between 2 letters. So we have to ignore this alif hamzatul wasl. So we skip it. The next letter is a lam with a sukun. L. We have to pronounce it. So we're going to join the ma to the lam with a sukun. Mal, mal, mal. Do not say ma. Do not elongate the ma. Why? Because we can't elongate anymore because it is followed by a lam with a sukun. We have to link it. Mal, mal qari'ah. Qaf has to be elongated for 2 counts because of the alif here. And the tamarbuta is at the end of the verse. We are stopping on that verse, on that word. So we have to change the tamarbuta into a very soft ha. Mal qari'ah. Mal qari'ah. Let's start again from the beginning. Al qari'ah. Mal qari'ah. وما أدراك ما القارعة. وما, ma has a wave or a wiggly line like some children say. So we have to make it longer for 4 counts. وما, 4 counts elongation because of the wave on top. It's called mad, elongation. أدراك. If you are familiar with the qalqala, then we have one here on the dal. Ad. Ra is followed by a small line. This small line is actually a small alif. It is exactly the same as the alif here you can see, or there. Okay, so it's also a bit longer here. 4 counts here, and a bit longer here, not too much. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْقَارِعَةُ. Same thing here. Mal. Hamzatul wasl has to be ignored because it is in between 2 letters. And the ma, the elongation on the ma, also have to be ignored because we have to link it with the lam with the sukun. Mal. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْقَارِعَةُ. So just before we carry on, the dal is a qalqala, So it's an echo sound. We can't say أدراك. No, we have to apply the qalqala, the echo sound on the dal. Let's join from the beginning. القارعة ما القارعة وما أدراك ما القارعة يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث يوم يو wow has a sukun on top. You have to make your lips rounded. Like, you know, when you say wow, when you are surprised, when children are surprised, they say wow. So when they pronounce the W of the wow, they make the lips rounded. It's the same here for the wow. يوم يكون. Here we have a wow. And as you can see, the wow is free from any vowel. There is nothing on top. So why do we have a wow here? The wow here, free from any vowel, is there to elongate the oo sound before, the dhamma oo before, for 2 counts only. Do not make it too long. يكون يوم يكون يوم يكون الناس. So here we have the rest of the verse, okay? So we have alif hamzatul wasl. So here on my page, we have the alif hamzatul wasl at the beginning of the line. However, it is not the beginning of the part we are reciting. We're not starting from there. We're starting from yawma. So it is located in between 2 letters. The alif hamzatul wasl is located between the nu and the lam afterward. So it is considered in between. Now, what do we do when we have alif hamzatul wasl in the middle, in between 2 letters? It's very simple. We have to ignore it. Skip it. Don't say it. Forget about the alif hamzatul wasl here, okay? The next letter is a lam. And as you can see on the Uthmani script, on this type of Arabic Qur'an, the lam is free from anything. There is no fatha a, no kasra I, no dhamma u, and there is no sukun. Okay? Here you have a sukun on the lam. So you had to pronounce it. But here on the Uthmani script, on this type of Qur'an, the lam has no sukun. So it is a giveaway. You have to ignore it. So you skip the alif and you skip the lam. The next letter is a noon. The noon has a shadda on top. Now, when you have a shadda on noon or mim, you have to make it stronger, much stronger than any other shadda letter. So you gotta make it stronger 2 counts. يوم يكون الناس. You heard how I insisted on the noon here? That's because it has a shadda. يوم يكون الناس. Na is also longer because we have an alif. يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث. كل. After ka we have an alif hamzatul wasl. It is located in between 2 letters. We have to ignore it. The next letter after ka is a lam with a sukun. So we're gonna pronounce it كالفراش. Ra is longer because of the alif. كالفراش. Alif hamzat wasl is in between 2 letters. We're gonna ignore it. Lam with a sukun. كالفراش. شل. كالفراش المبثوث. If you are familiar with the qalqala, the echo sound, then we have one right here with the ba with the sukun. Mab. Don't say mabthuth. No, mab. Echo sound qalqala. Mab. كالفراش المبثوث. يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث. وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش. وتكون. Ku is longer because of the wow here. وتكون. وتكون. We're gonna join with the lam. So I know it might be a bit tricky to realize this, but here the lam is stuck with a jim. So you have a lam on top with a sukun. And as you know, the alif hamzatul wasl here is located in between two letters. We're gonna ignore it. Lam with the sukun is the next letter to be pronounced. وتكون نل. وتكون الجبال. جبال. Ba is longer because of the alif. وتكون الجبال كال. Kaf is with the fatha. A is followed by alif hamzatul wasl. It is located in between two letters. Therefore, we have to ignore it. The next letter is a lam with a sukun. كالعهن. كالعهن. Lam with a sukun. Alif hamzatul wasl, we have to ignore it as well because it is in between two letters, between the noon and the lam. Okay, so كالعهن المنفوش. كالعهن المنفوش. فأما من ثقلت موازينه. فأما. فأ. فأ. We have a hamza after the fa. Do not say fa. No, we have to hear the hamza loud and clear. فأ. فأ. فأما. Mim here as a shadda. So when you have a mim or a noon with a shadda, you got to make it stronger 2 counts. فأما. And also the ma is followed by alif, so we have to elongate it. فأما ما ثقلت موازينه. Wa is followed by alif here. It's a small alif, so you have to make it a bit longer. Z. The ya is here to elongate the z, the kasra i. Make it a bit longer, the same way as you would make the wa longer. Elongation here, elongation there. موازينه. فأما ما ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية. فهو في. So here we have fi and we have a ya. So I know there is no 2 dots under the ya as you would normally have for a ya, but it is still a ya here. And the ya is there to elongate the kasra I, fi. So make it a bit longer here. فهو في عيشة. Before we join, we have a ya here to elongate the عيشة راضية. في عيشة راضية. So ra is followed by an alif. You're gonna make it longer. Okay. Here we have, for those who are familiar, we have an idgham بغير غنة. We're gonna merge the tanween into the ra. في عيشة راضية. فهو في عيشة راضية. وأما من خفت موازينه. وأما. Ma is a shadda letter. You have to make it stronger 2 counts. And it is followed by alif to make it longer also. وأما من خفت, shut down the fa, خفت. Also, don't say kha, say kha, a sound, okay? وأما من خفت موازينه. Wa is followed by alif to make it a bit longer. Mawa. Z. Same thing here. The ya is there to elongate the z. وأما من خفت موازينه. فأمه هاوية فأمه ف followed by Hamza فأو. Do not say فأو. We have to hear the Hamza strong and clear. فأو فأمه. Mim has a shadda, so as you know, when you have a shadda on noon or mim, you have to make it stronger 2 counts. فأمه. Now, notice the tiny waw here. It is here to elongate the hu before for 2 counts. فأمه هاوية. Ha is longer because of the alif. So ha, not ha. Okay, it's not a ha, it's a ha, soft ha. هاوية. And as you know, ta marbuta, which is supposed to be a te sound, we are stopping on that word because it's end of the verse, verse number 9. We have to change the ta marbuta into a ha. هاوية. The same way we did this one, Al Qariah. We change the ta marbuta into a ha. Why do we do that? Because we're stopping on that. It's the end of the verse. فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي. ما is 4 counts because of the wave. وما قلقلة on the dal. If you are familiar with قلقلة, we have one here. أدراك. Ra is followed by a small alif. Make it a bit longer, not too long. That one is 4 counts. That one is about 2 counts. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا هِيَ. Ma is 2 counts longer because of the elongation here. نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. So na is longer because of the alif. نَارٌ. Ha, 2 counts longer because of the alif. And ta marbuta, we are stopping on that, is the end of the verse. We change the ta marbuta into a ha. حَامِيَةٌ. We have a small meme, if you can see there. We are stopping on that word, so we are going to completely ignore the meme. Okay? نار حامية.